President Xi Jinping's state visit to the U.S. and what's his itinerary looking like?
Well, President Xi Jinping just touched down at Everett Payne Field, greeted by former governors Gary Locke and Christine Gregoire, and also the state's current governor, Jay Inslee. He was whisked away pretty quickly because he has indeed a very busy schedule. President Xi and key members of the Chinese government will meet with local government officials, including Seattle Mayor Ed Murray and Washington state elected officials. That's first on their agenda as they get whisked away quickly down to the Westin Hotel. After that, President Xi and 6 Chinese governors and other officials will meet with U.S. governors, including the state of California, to discuss collaboration on clean technology and economic development. Later in the evening, President Xi gives his major policy speech before a group of about 650 guests, delivering his only policy speech of the U.S. visit. He's expected to deliver remarks on issues of importance such as climate change, trade relations, and technology. Back to you.
Well, Mark, it is looking like it's going to be a rather busy schedule for the next couple of days, though. What are some of the key expected highlights of this high-profile but very busy visit?
At this particular policy speech tonight, there are expected to be many guests, and among them, former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger. This event is actually sponsored by the U.S.-China National Committee on U.S.-China Relations and U.S.-China Business Council. They are really looking for signs of showing that there is a plan forward with the economy, and whether it's worth investing in China, and also for companies trying to gain access to China and those operating within China. They're really looking for signs of stability, and also cybersecurity is another issue. The head of the committee that's sponsoring the group, the U.S.-China Business Council, John Frisby, has actually said that cybersecurity poses the greatest threat to the relationship. So that will be an issue to keep an eye on, especially as in the coming days he meets with tech executives. We do know that Apple CEO Tim Cook has increasingly been playing a leadership role in Silicon Valley, and also an increasingly growing bond with the president, that he may actually serve as an example for the other tech companies on how to increase your business in China, as Apple has certainly been successful there. But on the other hand, as he represents Silicon Valley, perhaps he can push for greater operations in China, and also allowing rules to be a little bit more lax in keeping their servers in different places. But those are two issues that they have to discuss. Also, possibly on the agenda, a visit to Boeing, which could bode well for Boeing, as in previous visits, like with President Hu Jintao in 2006, 60 planes were purchased, 200 planes in 2011. Hopefully this will bode well for Boeing, but at the same time, China has to worry about protecting its own industry, which has competitors like the C-19, which will go head-to-head against Boeing 737. So that will be an interesting balance as to whether there's another big plane purchase, or whether we have to balance that with growing the domestic industry and limiting the competition. Back to you.
Mark New in Seattle.